Welcome to part 7 of Greenhell. Hello friend, this is FuzzyCocos, and I'm thrilled to present to you this 7th episode of the survival series. I hope that everyone is enjoying the videos. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. We're still on our first road ever to 100 subscribers, and we cannot make that happen without you guys. So without further ado, let's get into it, have some fun, and see where we left off. And I think it was this frame right here that we finished. We're actually going to get into a really exciting subject, which is mud, and one that I personally really enjoy. So let's see, our nutrients were sort of okay with that. This is fine, we can use that later. I'm gonna drop these piles here so we can have tinder for later. I'm gonna keep this here, I guess. What do we have here? Let's dry leaf that those are gonna turn into, and our fire did go out, so I'm gonna work on the fire. I'm gonna work on getting these things up and running, which hold rocks, and then we're gonna move on to the whole mud section next. So let's get to it. This is actually another really helpful tip. I know that I told you guys because this was a little bit bigger that you could drink twice, but that doesn't necessarily apply if your thirst is not to the max level. So the only way for you to get 2 drinks or 2 sips out of either a coconut shell or a tortoise or turtle shell is by your thirst or your water levels being to the fullest. So I'm gonna try and get that to the fullest here so I can show you guys how it works. I'm gonna wait a little bit for that to fill up, and then I'm gonna take 2 sips of that so you guys can see. Okay, so our water levels are all the way up, so let's go ahead and take a sip of this one. And like you see, there's still some left in there. We already drank 1 and we still have another one in there, so that is probably the best way to go about it. I know that right now we don't have a whole lot of water sources, but I'm about to start building something that's going to guarantee that you never go thirsty again. So yep, let's keep moving on. Another function to bones that I didn't go over last time is that if you have extra bones, which I do right now, I honestly don't need those ones over there, and every time we're harvesting whatever we catch from that trap, it's meat and bones. So if you ever have some extra bones, what you can do with them as well, just put them into a brew, wait for it to cook. How are we on levels anyway? Oh, pretty good. We need to sleep here in a second. But that creates bone infusion. So the good thing about this one is that it has a really useful property, which is -3 food poisoning. On top of everything else, it has some decent proteins and fats, decent energy and hydration. But the thing that I want to keep this in here for is more so the food poisoning part. So anyways, we're gonna take a quick nap, and then we're gonna move on to, I already finished that one over there, so that's for the big stones. I'm gonna create that small one there, probably gonna harvest some more wood, and then we're gonna get into the whole mud situation topic and see how it goes from there. I don't know if I have gone over this or not, but this is probably the best mushroom that you can find. And the reason is because once you brew it, it removes parasites from your belly. So I'm gonna keep gathering food. I'm gonna get back to my fire, my base, and then brew up this mushroom soup so you guys can see what it does. Because as of right now, I do have 1 parasite down there, so we're just gonna get rid of that. Okay, so here we are. And we're gonna fill this up. We're gonna wait for that to heat up. Then put in the mushroom right there. Have 3 meat soups as of right now. And you guys are gonna see that as soon as I drink this, my food poisoning at the bottom is gonna disappear. So It has 10 hydration, 15 energy, and 2 carbs, but then parasites are gone. So another really useful mushroom to be on the lookout for. And those usually grow on those big trunk having trees. So yep, keep an eye out for those, and let's keep going. There's one basic thing that I haven't gone over, and it almost happens naturally, but you do want to keep an eye on it, and that is your crafting or your usage of tools per se. So if you go to your notebook and you go to this light bulb right here at the bottom, you'll see that you have a certain number here on top of 100. So that's your current ability with a certain tool. Over 100, that is the max. So as you can see here, axes are the highest right now because that's pretty much all I use. But you have axes, you have spears, and it tells you what it does. Reduces stamina usage, improves throwing for spears, blade increases the damage. So crafting as well, like I was saying, if you don't have a certain crafting, or you need to have a certain level for you to start crafting things of certain difficulty degree, I guess. So reduces cooking time, increases burning time. So this is something that you want to keep a mindful thought on, because that will also help you out lots in your gaming experience. Okay, moving on to mud. Actually, before I do that, I do want to show you guys this quick little tip or trick, whatever it is, when you have regular logs, there's 2 different ways that you can harvest them. One of them is by right-clicking on your mouse and clicking on harvest, and if you do that, it's going to give you sticks and it's going to give you a plank. Now you saw that it gave me, I think it was a total of 5 sticks if I'm not mistaken. And this, well, I can't put it on my inventory just yet, but the other one is that if you just chop on it, it's going to give you, instead of sticks, it's going to give you long sticks and a plank. So just so you guys know, I personally like using the second option a little better, because the long sticks, they're harder to come by than regular sticks. But just so you guys keep that in mind as well. Okay, now moving on to mud. Now you'll notice that if you go to your notebook, when you go to mud, you have no entries, and the reason is because you have not discovered mud. Real simple, walk to the river, you'll see the option here of take mud. You take some of it, and automatically things start appearing on your notebook. So the first thing is, you'll see that all of this appeared as craftable materials. Now you have the mud forge, mud charcoal furnace, you have mud shower, mud water filter, and we will get into all of that. But the first thing that I want to get into is this mud mixer. Now when it comes to placement, I place it almost on top of the river, and that is for convenience. So you want to place it somewhere that is actually really close to a river. So I'm gonna finish building this. I know that I used those 2 logs. I'm gonna need a couple of logs, so I'm just gonna fast forward this part and finish building this mud mixer. Okay, now you're gonna need river mud. So again, you just take mud, drop it right there, take another one, and drop it right there. And you'll see that we need campfire ash. At the early stages, or the first time that you're building a mud mixer, you might want to let your fire run out a couple of times so you can get the materials necessary for you to start crafting that. Luckily for us, we already got 2 campfire ashes. So I'm just gonna drop one of them right next to the planter here. I'm gonna drop it right here. There we go. And then we're gonna use it right here. And now you'll see that it needs water. Unlucky for us, it's just stopped raining. But that's the reason why I placed it really close to the river. And that is because we have the coconut biden. Just grab it, grab water, and you repeat this process until, oh, there we go. Completely hydrated. Use the mixer. Little pen action there, and we have mud bricks. So this is one of the main elements for creating different materials or different structures made out of mud, basically in everything. Actually, mud brick here, mud brick, mud brick, mud brick, like everything requires a mud brick. So that's the main ingredient. But the thing that I want to craft right now is this thing right here, the mud charcoal furnace. And the reason being because this is what is going to give us a bunch of charcoal along with campfire ash for our mud building needs. So I'm just going to place it, yeah, right there. It's fine. Okay, now you see that we're gonna need wood. That is the main ingredient. So don't have any right now. Luckily for us, we have been harvesting a bunch of this. Just gonna take the max, and this is where the Alt key comes in handy. Alt, grab all of them, put them in there. That almost filled half of it. There we go. It actually left me with 2. Now you need another mud brick to cover it up, so let's do that. Bam. And last thing, we're gonna create a fire to turn it on. And this furnace, wait, what happened there? Oh, my tool broke. Okay, hold on. Let me get another tool real quick.
Come on, damn it!
Okay, let's try that again. I did lose a fiber. That's no problem. And there we go. So that's gonna take a while actually, but that's gonna create a bunch of charcoal, and it's gonna create this item right here, the campfire ashes, which is the campfire ash is the main source or the main ingredient for the mud. Now, a little tip as well. If you ever run out of campfire ashes, they're a little bit harder to come by. What you can do is you right click on the charcoal, harvest it, and that creates campfire ash. So just another helpful little tip for you. I'm gonna drop those 2 in there. I'm gonna keep grabbing some resources, and then we're gonna resume the video once that's done so you guys can see what it does. And I'm gonna get into the next item that we're gonna build. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. You'll notice on the bottom left that whenever you're building with mud, it is gonna get you dirty. Real quick fix to that. Wash yourself. Little bit of a curiosity tip, and this because I wondered this myself. The trap cannot be triggered if you're actually looking at it. So there were times when I would chase any type of prey like that one over there, and I would try to chase it into the trap. You're never going to see it activate if you're looking at it. So what you want to do is activate it, run around, come back, and you'll probably have caught something by then. It's a new day. It's a new morning in this beautiful, beautiful paradise. And our fire did run out. That's okay. I did get bit by I think it was a spider. So I had to sleep that off. And let's see how we're doing on the nutrients. We're doing alright. I'm gonna drop this fire ash or campfire ash, sorry, over here. There we go. And this is ready for harvesting. Now, as you can see, it says use. It doesn't look like it's on anymore. We're gonna break that up, and you'll see that inside we have an amazing amount of 15 charcoals, and I think there's 3 or 4 campfire ashes. So we're gonna collect all of this. There we go. I'm gonna throw these in here as well, just so they don't take up any space. I'm gonna grab these 2 and just put them on the outside so we can build another one. We're gonna take advantage of the fact that it's raining, so we can hydrate the mud properly. There we go. And I'm gonna work on the next very important structure that we need, and that is a chest. Now, I think I'm gonna put the chest, or one temporary chest, right over here. Yep, that should be good. Okay. That is actually a little bit of a cheat, I guess, and where you're only supposed to be able to carry 1 mud brick, but if you grab your crafting table and you just put everything on top of there, you're pretty much able to transport whatever you can, or whatever you want. So we grab one of these, I'm gonna put it in here. We need 2 more sticks, and we need the 2 planks that we have previously harvested. I'm actually probably gonna have to temporarily throw this out. Wait, that should be enough. Let me just move this here. Put it like that. Let's put it here. Grab this one. Put it there. And an additional mud brick. And there we go. Our first storage box. As you can see, we have plenty of space in here. One of the main things I want to focus on putting in here for now is all this charcoal. Actually, I'm going to keep this one here that we just harvested. There we go. I'm going to keep these 3 for fire purposes. And I'm going to work on getting the forge started again, so we can make some more charcoal and campfire ashes, and then we're gonna move on to the next mud structure that we're gonna need. Actually, 2 of them that we're gonna need. So let's keep on going. All right, now on to the next structure. I told you guys how with this thing that we were going to build, we were not going to struggle with water anymore. And it's actually one of my favorite structures. I think it looks pretty cool. I don't know if you guys have seen those videos on YouTube of these guys in the middle of nowhere building houses and pools and whatnot. So this structure actually reminds me a little bit of that, and I think it's really, really unique. I'm going to rotate it so that yeah, I think I'm gonna put it this way. Yep, there we go. Alright, so I'm gonna work on getting this fixed, and as you guys can see, this is called a mud water filter. So as the structure name tells us, this is pretty much our source of water. It's actually gonna be unlimited, pretty much, source of water if it keeps draining this way. But I'm gonna work on getting this built, and then we'll keep going from there. Oh my god, what the hell was that? Alright, well, that's one way to transport mud, just flying everywhere. Okay, let's start setting this here. Alright, I can grab this one here. You actually need a bunch of ingredients for this one. Okay, yeah, that's what we needed on that end. Now we need a bamboo sticks and we need some stone. So we're gonna go ahead and get those going. This is gonna be the last stone. And there we go. So now, whenever it's raining or whenever you pour water into the bigger side of this structure, it comes out as clean water on the next. The really cool thing about this is that after a while, since this has the filters on it, this part also becomes clean water. So you're gonna have this big pond of clean water along with this one here. So that pretty much takes care of our water needs. Now the next thing I'm gonna build, and I'm probably not gonna have enough time to get into it on this episode, but I will show you what I want to build, and that is the mud forge. I won't get too much into detail about it right now, just because it takes a long time to explain, and that's probably going to be a whole episode by itself. So I think that this is a really good place for us to leave this video. We managed to build the water filter, the mud mixer. We got this furnace for charcoal. So in my free time after this video, I'm probably gonna work on putting some more wood into the charcoal. And I think that we're doing fairly good. So for the time being, guys, I hope that everyone enjoyed this 7-part of the tutorial series. Turn on notifications for you to know when the next video is uploaded. Have yourself a wonderful day or night, whatever it is you're watching me from. And until next time, be safe, my friend.